the first time I was pretty viciously demonized by my own side was when I opened up about, I've talked about this so many times. I feel bad repeating it, but it was really that big moment for me, right?
Yeah, mine was the you're a fat shamer because I said I didn't want Lizzo to die of diabetes. I was like, wait, when did we start celebrating?
And now she's getting healthy. Like now she's working out.
And
I'm like,
watch them attack her, by the way. I'm
yeah.
just waiting for it to start. But, or say she's on Ozempic. I saw that happen.
Oh,
She's
I
like,
saw
I'm
that
not
too.
on Ozempic. I was like, can we just
No, I'm
alone?
proud of her.
Same.
We should celebrate people wanting to better themselves and better their lives. Instead, there's like this effort to like basically tell people you're fine the way you are. You don't need to change a thing, even if that thing is like slowly killing you. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
It's the empathy you talked about.
Yeah.
And Gad said, did you ever read The Parasitic Mind?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, Anna, you must read it. Gad said calls it suicidal empathy. And it's dysregulated empathy. But I interrupted you. Tell me about your moment of when they went after you the first time.
Yeah, so it was so weird because it was unexpected, like super unexpected. In 2022, it was around March. I was walking my dog. It was not quite dark yet, but the sun was setting. As I'm walking my dog, I see these two guys they were just kind of like moving around weirdly. They seemed kind of manic and their clothes were tattered. So I knew that they were probably homeless. And I also knew that they're probably on something just based on like the twitchy way they were acting. But living in LA, I mean, there's homeless people everywhere, right? So I've never had problems. I didn't think anything of it. But as I was bending down to pick up my dog's mess, one of the guys like grabs me by my hips and he had an erection.
Oh God.
And just starts like humping me. And I didn't know what to do. Like I was terrified. I didn't have a weapon on me.
Yep.
Like I had no way of defending myself. I didn't know how far it was gonna go because it's two guys. I'm by myself with my little dog. It was one of the most terrifying things ever because I'm pretty good at defending myself. In that moment, I just knew there was no option.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily, he stopped and they just laughed at me and walked away as they were laughing at me. And so there was the fear and then the humiliation and weirdly shame. Like I felt ashamed for some reason. And it was awful. And it was really taking a toll on my mental health because I have to walk my dog, right? So at least 2 or 3 times a day, I'm going outside kind of scared. And so I opened up about this on the show. Not really thinking much of it. And before I know it, I'm starting to get these messages and it's like really, really harsh stuff. And it's about how you are painting a picture of the homeless community. How could you be like this? These are your unhoused neighbors and they need help. A few people accused me of being racist when I had never disclosed the race of the individuals who did this to me. And in fact, they were white. And so like when they started accusing me of being racist, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you assuming that the people who did this?
Of course.
Yeah, like I think you might have a problem here.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that woke me up. That woke me up because I'm like, oh my God.
They eat their own, mama.
Some of the people.
They eat their own on the extreme left.
And some of the people that I've associated myself because I thought these are the good people.
Yep.
These are the ones who don't treat others differently based on their skin colors. No, they definitely have stereotypes in their head and are totally blind to the fact that they have those stereotypes and in fact go around accusing others of being bad actors when they themselves need to do the work. This phrase they like to say a lot, do the work. Do the work and ask yourself, why did you have that stereotype in your head?
Oh my gosh, did you see, you said you watched a little bit of the interview I did with Matt. Did you see the video where the guy's going around saying our voter ID laws racist? And all the white people say, yes, they are. And when they're asked why, they're like, well, they'd have to know how to use a computer. Well, they'd have to have data plan. Well, they don't have anywhere to go with this ID. And I thought, it doesn't get more.
You don't see it.
It does not get more racist than you thinking a person of color has nowhere to go with their ID, doesn't have the money for a data plan, can't figure out how to find the DMV on the web.
And that they're incapable.
Yes.
They're incapable of doing basic things.
Talk about racist.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And so like I see this now for what it is. And while these very big issues and flaws exist, we're having conversations about like microaggressions. And I'm like, no, what about aggressions? Like, what about the kinds of things that you are saying that disempower people? Like, if you're a elementary school Black student and you're hearing incessantly from your teachers, from politicians that the system is against you,
Right.
it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
100%.
Right? And I don't want to message that to kids, and I don't want to message that to any community that's been historically marginalized. I think everyone is capable of greatness. And so I want to get back to a party that actually wanted to lift people up rather than tell people you're failing and you will continue to fail because that's just how the system is.